we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Stafford now to throw. Looking deep now for Amendola. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up fourth. Now it's first.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference.
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead opens up now to 22 points. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And following the pick-6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick-6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say,
pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Nick Perry in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Stafford. And he's got Amendola on the connection. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Give him 23 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 4th down. Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Hey, I-7.
They are going to go for it. It's Stafford. And it's caught here. Amendola. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. It's Sanders, and he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. It's an Eagles 1st down on a gain of 11.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Right back to Sanders on 1st down. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. N'Keal Harry, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott good with a PAT. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because
he's got a man complete. The 20, 10, touchdown, Detroit. Kenny Galladay, 77 yards. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your...
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Kill. Sunday. Kill.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
On the give, running right is Howard. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Hey, tighten down.
On first down, Sanders. And some room to roam now. The 30. 20, 10, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, his second touchdown on the season as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Now a first down throw, Stafford. Amendola's got it complete. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's second and a yard from the 34. Throwing is Stafford. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Stafford going to get this one to Johnson. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 23 yards, the final tally.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there. Getting it to their back.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Lions on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be third and forever. The shotgun snap for Stafford. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down. Lions go for it on fourth. It's Stafford. And this is going to be incomplete. The Lions turned away on fourth down. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position.
We ain't giving up nothing today.
On first down, they run with Howard. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Eagles on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a first down. So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
That's Aguilar with it on the jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On second down now, it's Sanders. And able to work his way down to the 16. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Got a man open, that's Harry. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. Give him 6 yards in the first down.
First and 10 at the 10-yard line. There we go. 180.
They'll run on first down. It's Sanders. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
And that's one of the reasons we like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go. Let's calm down.
Trying the right side with Howard. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's